Good morning, welcome to Tech Talks again. Today I have Wezam, one of the founders of Prep Plus, a platform that connects teachers with students to ensure high success rates. So I'm sure a lot of mothers would be interested in this. And Wezam, thank you and welcome to the show.
It's good to be here.
Prep Plus, tell us about Prep Plus. How did it start? Why did you start it? And what keeps you going with it?
Sure. So it's a very interesting story. I attended University of Lagos. Prior to that, I came from like an educationalist background. My family has owned a group of schools for about 27 years.
Fantastic.
So as soon as I finished school at University of Lagos, at some point while I was there, I interned with Google Africa, finished school. I was one of the earliest employees at Jumia. So on finishing school, I just jumped into the world of online marketing and just building businesses using the power of technology. While I was in school, I had discussed with my partner. He's also a UNILAG student, so we're in the same faculty, same department, first class student. And we talked about what we could do to improve education in Nigeria. So like a year after working with Jumia, I said I was going to quit. I quit, he quit where he was working, and both of us started the business. Had very little money. I mean, we had just worked for like a year. Then we started out as a test prep platform. What we wanted to do was, the federal government had just announced CBT, wanted to help students prepare online, but that's had all sorts of difficulties. And one of the things we noticed was that while we're doing that, a lot of students would be calling in to ask questions, and we realized that there was more impact for them if someone spoke with them. So we experimented with sending a tutor over, and the person came back with feedback that was more impactful. So that was kind of how we started, assigning tutors to students, doing that more and more and more and more. And in the end, it won out. So it was almost like we're testing out two business models at a particular point in time, and this one won out. So we pursued it, and it's been a very interesting journey.
So there are a few companies springing up. So why would I choose you versus the others? What's your own key selling point?
Okay, so for us is our processes. What we believe is the quality of service is the most important thing, and the customer is the person you need to take care of. So for instance, when you get a tutor from us, we don't just send tutor over immediately. Before we do that, we try to understand what you want. And that goes beyond just asking you to fill what you want on a form. We literally send one of our staff to come to visit you, to have this kind of sit down. Because we believe before a parent would decide to bring out the extra cash to say, I want someone come to my home to teach my kid every day, there would be a specific reason, there would be specific goals the parent wants to achieve. I want to know what those goals are. Even for tutors, so I know some of the other companies bringing up just do online assessment, or maybe they'll test this tutor and check their Facebook page and stuff like that. We actually see all the tutors that work with us, like they go through 3 levels of testing. There's a written test they write at our office, there's a personality test, and then there's a teaching demonstration they go through. We've physically interviewed over 3,000 tutors since we started. They come to our office.
How long have you been? How long?
We started this, I would say 2013.
Okay.
But the tutoring platform, when we really decided this was what we were going to do, that was from September 2014. So we've been doing this for about 3 years now. Have these tutors come.
That's almost like three interviews a day for the last 3 years.
No, we actually, in some cases, we would even interview about 15 people.
Exactly, yeah.
In a day. And we have an office in Yaba, we have an office in Lekki.
Okay.
So we have these tutors come over. Because, I mean, beyond, for us, the things that are key, right? You may not have the knowledge at all and be fronting. If you have knowledge, you may not be able to impact it, so we need to test you. You might have knowledge and have the ability to impact, but do you have the right background? You don't want the parent feeling threatened in their home. And even when all these things can be ascertained, maybe they can be ascertained online, but you don't want someone who doesn't dress well or has bad breath, those kind of things,
Those
for instance.
Social
So we
negatives.
believe you have to go beyond just
the
online brouhaha, see the person, know the person. We see the parent, we know the parent, and then when we're connecting 2 of them, we know that we're matching 2 people who would fit. So it's been an amazing journey so far.
So in terms of numbers, so you have lots of tutors, good tutors, right? About how many that have signed up?
Let's see. We have about 30,000 tutors who have signed up. We've had more than 8,000 to 10,000 clients who have tried to work with us.
So those are good Good impressive number. So, do you also have the option of beyond physical lessons, online lessons as well?
So currently we don't do online lessons. Again, for us, impact is key. And what we've seen with online lessons is because of difficulties with internet and those other things, they may not get the value that they want. And for us, value is critical. You asked before what we offer that is different. So every month we try to send reports to the clients that, okay, this is how your child has performed, and that's something else. So now we're now building products around what we do. So there should be a reporting product. There's a test students take most of the time before they start the actual tutoring. It's like a test for a diagnostic test, essentially. So we're building that out as a product. We're trying to now build different products around the service.
So you also do an evaluation of the students, so you can determine the degree or the type of people that will ensure success.
Exactly. Yeah. And learning is a journey. You start out here, but you want to be here. Like when a child, and that's why you have course content, all those things. In every educational system, you see that there's always a plan. But when it comes to tutoring, most times there's no plan, because what happens is the parent knows, oh, I want my child to be able to count 1 to 1,000, or I want him to speak well, and that's all they say to the tutor. And tutor doesn't have sufficient information. So what tutor does is either they work side by side, whatever a teacher is doing, and essentially you have someone that does assignments with your kids, or it's just difficult. So what we've tried to do is we want to know where your child is before you start the tutoring versus where you want him to be, and then we map out that journey so that 3 months down the line, because one of the problems a lot of other people that we're saying trying to do similar things have is retention. For instance, 3 months down the line, the client is like, I'm not sure
progress
of the progress, or the value.
Yeah.
They use different words,
yeah.
But essentially what they're saying is, look, I didn't even really know where my child was when I started, and now I don't have anything with which I can evaluate.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we're building out that learning journey so you can see for yourself that this is where your child was, this is where he is, and then it gives you a lot of transparency into your child's learning path.
So you're not just for preparing for exams. You can determine what you want to achieve with your child. So from what ages from what ages?
So any child from 5 years old.
Okay.
We've had parents, some super enthusiastic parents who want to get the tutor for their kid at 2.
Some mothers, not fathers.
And we're like, no, please let him play. So from like 5, that's fine. About 60% of our learner demographics are, in primary school. So what we've seen is people have a lot of value for kids who are younger. Their education, they're ready to spend there. Then we also have a significant number of people in secondary school. We have some professionals. We have some people who learn languages. Let me ask a question
that's really, I'm one of the inflicted parties. Now, so parents are paying to, like, first of all, state of education in Nigeria, can be improved greatly. But you have some schools that, parents pay a premium. And then you pay that premium, and then suddenly you're also paying a whackload of money as well for people like you. So where's the connection? I mean, so why can't I just find a mediocre school and then also now have this?
Well, so the answer to that question lies mostly in how do people make their decisions, actually. So I want my child to go to Green Springs or some big school out there. Why do I want a child to go there? So of course, a parent could choose to do what you just said. Take my child to a mediocre school, cut down on school fees, and then have a tutor on the side. Actually, that's a very efficient solution. But the reason why parents take their kids to those schools vary widely. So it's difficult to just say. But what I would say is, what we started to see is, the truth is, the curriculums are largely the same across these schools. So what now matters a lot is the quality of the teacher in each class. So even for a particular school, you can have a particular school where they have a fantastic mathematics teacher, but a relatively weak English teacher. The good thing about something like tutoring is, one, the quality of teacher you get from us is verified, because we go through a lot of pain to test these guys, and not everybody passes the test. I mean, out of the 30,000 I said have applied, only about 3,000 have been able to make it to the interview stages. Only about maybe 1,400 or 200 passed through that interview stage. So the quality of teacher you get is very good. And then the fact that you and the teacher have this one-on-one, so it gives teacher all the time to understand where the student is. And with a class of 30, what happens is, or 20 as the case may be, what happens is one child is scoring 9 over 10, another child is scoring 1 over 10. But the teacher is going to go to the next topic irrespective. It's like a train. It doesn't stop for only one person, right? You have to get to the bus stop for it to stop. But with one-on-one tutoring, wherever the student has a problem, the teacher is able to go back, pick the student up, and make sure he is carrying that student along. So that's the beauty of it.
So you must be collecting lots of data. So what does the data tell you in terms of, for example, who are the people that apply to go online? Is this more mothers or more male or more female?
Okay.
And what type of should I say, if you like, class students, what type of schools they go to? Are they the very good schools that need some enhancements, or are they people from schools that are mediocre and they need
so it varies.
More
but
support?
What you see is a lot of people in very, very good schools request tutors, and it's easy to understand because the truth is, for people that have a huge disposable income, if my child is scoring 80 in class, I just want him to score 90,
Why not?
And what's the cost? So it's fine.
It's a competitive world now.
Exactly.
It's
very competitive.
There's too much pressure.
It's very competitive.
We should relax.
A lot of the people who reach out to us are women, actually. I would say about 70 to 80%. A lot of them call on the phone, probably instead of using the website and all of that.
Yeah.
So, but what we've seen is the mothers reach out to us, but they still have to have that conversation with the father, and so it's two-sided.
Two-sided, yeah.
In the end,
the initiator is always
exactly
the woman.
The initiator is always the woman, but in the end, the man gets involved,
Oh.
and maybe he might be the one paying in some cases, or security for security reasons. So it has to be a collective.
Especially if you're coming to the house, you need
exactly.
Yeah,
so you need to. So it's both parties. It's just that on the surface, the women are more often the face.
The driver.
Exactly.
So, what's the plan? What's the future plan for your platform? What new things can we expect that will drive more people to that platform?
I'm not going to tell you all the new things.
Of course you can. I'll start my business immediately.
Yeah. But I mean, we're trying to work out some stuff with the telco, with one of the major telcos in Nigeria, actually. So the thing with one-on-one tutoring is that it's very personalized, and that's good. But the scale, that is what you sacrifice for that, close contact you have. So we're trying to increase that scale using technology. So how can we get more people to be able to access the kind of quality of content that we produce? Because this content is already being produced anyway. So we're now investing a lot in videos. Some of those videos are on YouTube, but we're doing much higher quality of videos than even what is on YouTube. So I invested a lot in videos. I think we put up some content for an exam, like doing past questions on the exam. We're going to be working with a telco to make a lot of our content not available and cheaper over their network. That's another thing we're doing. And next year we'll likely be launching some very interesting initiatives that will help us to reach a lot more people than we currently do. So initiatives that would allow us get more people to take tests that are organized by prep class, see their results, evaluate themselves. So essentially, some of the products that we've already created, we want to make it available to the public. So for instance, the diagnostic testing product.
Fantastic.
Why can't everybody just make use of it? And then we'll give you detailed breakdown of your scores. Even if you're not a prep class student, where are you weak? Where are you strong? What would help your child? This. And it'll be free for, people for people to make use of it. So we have quite
if I do the diagnostic, I say, this is not bad. Let me just go to the website and see if they can help me a bit.
Exactly. So we have quite a number of products. Earlier this year, we got a grant from GSMA. It was a $320,000 grant. So we really intend to deploy that to create products that go beyond one-on-one reach. We would always have that, and it would probably always be one of the backbone services that we offer. But also do things that other people who may not necessarily be able to access that one-on-one service can plug into and still get value.
I think the good thing about the one-on-one service is that it really and truly is the platform for actually developing your online solutions for people, because from that, that's how you know, it's from that human interaction that
Yes,
helps
that you know
what to put into
exactly.
into a digital version of
exactly.
it. Yeah.
And the thing we've learned about building business, I mean, in Nigeria, I mean, the first time we built the test prep product, we went all focused on building a product, and it took us like 8 months. My partner and I were going to the university where we had finished from to sleep on the floor just to work with the tech guys, because they were still very, the people that built the product were still very active in university at the time. So we would sleep in school. This was like when we had finished, gotten jobs and resigned. So it was hard. But what we even saw when we had built the entire product was that, look, this market is still a very offline market. A lot of people are not so tech savvy.
Exactly.
So it's not tech first. It's really service and value first, and then using technology as an enabler to scale the value you already created.
I agree
So
with you, totally.
that's exact. Since then, that's how our mindset has been programmed. So we've been offering this service for a long time, and we've watched, and we now see this is where there's value. This is where there's value. How can we now use tech to scale that value, rather than creating a product assuming there to be value in that, and then presenting to the customer, and the customer is like, I'm not sure what this is. So, I mean, we've learned a lot, and that's exact. So we're very excited about things we're going to be launching next year. And we already know how those products can be positioned, both for the learners, for the parents, and even for the tutors. So we're looking forward to a very exciting 2018.
Thank you. So, and wishing you the best 2018. And
Thank
thank
you
you
very
for coming
much.
on the show, and
Sure.
we'll continue the conversation offline.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.